Did everybody have a good 4th of July? Yeah. I did decent. It was a fine time, you know, but like 4th of July there's two groups in America that are very conflicted with 4th of July. And it's black people and dogs. Like both of us just the whole day we don't know how to feel. The whole day is fucked up. And I'm a black dude with a dog, so I was looking at my dog all day like I know. Like it's both of us just gotta watch white people have the best day of their lives. And it's just like, oh God, okay. And the dogs don't know how I feel about 4th of July because there's a barbecue, but also there's fireworks. So you might get some good scraps, but what is going on up there? Like, every dog is British on 4th of July. Every dog is like, what the fuck are they doing? You know? And it's tough for me because it's like when you know, I don't know. It's like the day of my country's independence, but not mine. Isn't that weird? It's like you can't even really, because they don't really teach about it, but like black people fought in the American Revolution. Like black people fought for the country to be free. And then we were like, yeah, we're free. And then somebody was like, what do you mean we? You know? I know. It must be hard to hear. Appreciate you. Keep telling them like you're black too. That's the funny. You're my favorite. I love you so much. Thank you for that. Keep fucking get they ass. I only know what it's like to be me. The hardest life you're ever gonna have to live is your own. So I don't know what it's like to date as anybody else, and I can't judge. I'm not even gonna try to project. I will say, just being me, it's been hard enough. So a woman dating men is an unenviable position. I can't even imagine what that's like, you know, because men be out here killing. That's look. When it comes to dating, everyone, don't let the podcast fool you. Don't let your friends get in your ear. Everyone is doing everything. Men and women both cheat. Men and women both manipulate. It's all, there's no like one-sided thing except the killing is us. That we be doing that shit for real. That's like, even if women wanted to catch up, it would take till 22 to really match our numbers. We out here crazy as fuck, killing. It's wild. And so I can't imagine what it's like to then be a woman trying to date men and find somebody that you vibe with that also doesn't kill. Because remember, when they catch these killers, everybody talking about how nice and polite they were. They were, outside the killing, they were some good men. You know what I mean? So now you, a woman out here trying to find a man that's like, you know, nice, treats you well, not dangerous, but a little dangerous. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you a little bit of that, like. That's my favorite. I don't know why, but anytime I've been like about to hook up with somebody and they put my hand on their throat for me, I'm like, oh, you think I'm a bitch out there? That's crazy. That's wild. You feel so safe with me. You put my hand on your throat. That's almost insulting. That's a little like, let me do what I was gonna do and then we figure out if, you know, like, don't just be like, let me help. Like, that's so insulting. It's crazy. And then another part of me very much likes it because you're helping me help you. Like, it's like, that does low-key, I'm insulted, but it does feel like a cheat code where I'm like, oh, and then this? Like, it's, you know? But it is I cannot imagine. It really is tough because then you know, how do I put it? I'm not trying to be like, oh, poor men or whatever, but then you gotta be that person. You have to be someone who's interesting, nice, engaging, charismatic, and prove you don't kill. And trying to prove you don't kill make you look like a killer every time. All right? Please Please believe me, the most murdery looking people are the people who are trying to convince you they don't kill. Imagine somebody ask you, hey, do you want to do something later and it's safe? That's... Why would you say that? Why would you even bring it up? That's crazy. But it's also kind of crazy not to bring it up. It's like a real tightrope to walk. I thought I was doing well. I thought I was doing so good because I would hear, I have so many different, friends out here dating, men and women. I hear all the stories, and so I was aware. I was like, sometimes when women go out with a guy for the first time, they don't really know him. They met him on an app or something. They end up like sharing their location with their friends, or they end up texting like, hey, this is where I'm. So I was on the date. Date was just starting. I was like, hey, do you want to text your friends where we're going? Like, just to let her know I wouldn't be offended. But then as soon as I said it, I was like, that sounds like we going to the woods. That's... God damn. Then I'm like, I'm not crazy or anything, which, why would you say that? It's still bad. Did y'all, by the way, have y'all been in this whole Jonah Hill thing that's been trending? Yeah, a little bit. Some shaking heads. All right. So if you don't know about it, I'm going to try to sum it up in 2 sentences. Basically, Jonah Hill's ex-girlfriend has put out in her story their old texts to each other. And it's a lot of him being like, why you got to be around men? It's a lot of just like, she's a surfer, and he's like, why you gotta surf with men? And it's like nonstop. And he's clearly in lots of the texts having like some sort of moment where he's like very scared she gonna cheat or something. But it's like, the texts don't make sense. Like, she may have cherry picked some text to make him look extra bad, but he still texts what he texts. So then it's just him texting like, why you gotta surf, and he surfing, and y'all might surf on each other, all right? And then if y'all surfing on each other, you might get surf in your mouth, and then you come home and you just covered in surf, and it's like, you can't be surfing without me, bitch. Like, it was just, when you read them, you're like, oh no, this is not good, And there's been a lot of backlash and everything. I just think that Jonah Hill committed the cardinal sin of telling a woman what to do when he's not that good looking. Like, that's kind of all he did, really. When you think about it, when you read all the text, if that had been John Hamm and he was like, I don't really want you around other dudes, you'd be like, okay, daddy, all right. Like, just throwing it out there. Maybe, Because it's hard. It's so difficult. Building a relationship now is still it's always been difficult, but now we live in a more convenient era of civilization. It used to be maintaining some sort of relationship and just surviving were like the two hardest things to do. It was like keep your spouse happy and don't get malaria was like the two hardest things to do. And then we evolved and we evolved and we evolved. But now interpersonal relationships are as difficult as they've ever been, but everything else is easier, which actually makes them more difficult. Because our life is so convenient now that as soon as someone is an inconvenience, you're like, well, why would I even deal with you? Then you're done. And nobody's happy. It's hard. I think the thing that makes being with someone harder than it's ever been is definitely podcasts. It is. And it goes both ways. It truly does. All these podcasts are, it's like, don't listen to anybody, bitch. You're a fucking queen, okay? And if he tells you that you drink too much, he doesn't fucking party enough, all right? Don't let him fucking stop you from living your life and being the boss babe that you were born to be in your soul. You are a fucking Sagittarius, bitch. You cannot be stopped, all right? Live your fucking life. You walk on air and angel dust, okay? And then on the other side, you have dude, bruh, a girlfriend? You gonna get a girlfriend? You gonna get a girlfriend and talk about she trying to improve your life? She's trying to change you, dog. She's trying to get you to eat vegetables? Bruh, she get you eating vegetables? Are you serious? She get you eating vegetables out here?
pause, dog. All right? Try and get you to eat vegetables. Everybody know vegetables gay. If vegetables ain't gay, why they all shaped like dick? All right? Think about that. Zucchini, all right? Cucumber, that's a hard one. All right? But that's what it is. It's just people, huge influencers, people with huge followings telling people don't communicate with anyone, don't settle with anyone, everyone is against you, they're all trying to get one over on you, and it's coming from everywhere. So then, yeah, you listen to that shit going to work every day, you're going to be pretty hard on a first date. You know, makes it tough. And it's a shame. I don't know what to do with that information. Just anytime somebody start telling me about a podcast, I just start screaming. You know, it'll break my heart too. It'll be the smartest person you know, be like, you know, he had some good points. It's like, I lost my friend. God damn, what a fucking shame.